Hello, everyone. My name's Premal Patel. I'm the CEO of Healthy Minds Club UAE. And I'm delighted today to introduce the Wellbeing Majlis. This is my new podcast as part of the Healthy Minds Arabia magazine. What we'll be doing is bringing a whole host of our experts from the Healthy Minds Club to come and share their stories, their backgrounds, their expertise, and how what they do really helps create healthier minds in the UAE. I'm happy to welcome Happy Wealthy Lily to the first Wellbeing Majlis podcast as part of Healthy Minds Arabia magazine. Welcome, Lily.
Thank you, Prem.
It's great to have you with us. First thing I want to ask you, Lily, you've got a brilliant story. You've got an amazing background. You inspire so many people. Where did the name come from? Happy Wealthy Lily.
So happy is who we are. We are born in the Vedas. It says we are paripurna. We are happy and full. It's a Sanskrit word. We are happy and full. We as in the infinite being, the soul. And I've always chosen to be happy. I love to be happy. I love to smile, laugh, spread smiles. Always, if I see a sad face, I like to, pep it up. And
excellent.
So happy is who I love to be. Wealthy is the wealth of the being. Everything again, wealth, health, all the blessings in life.
I love the fact.
Lily, that's my name.
That's your name. That's it. Exactly. Amazing. I love the way you go out there and you talk about being happy, wealthy Lily. It's amazing. It's just inspiring in itself, And you talk to so many people. You've got so much experience. You've been through some, ups and downs in your lifetime. And we're delighted to have you as an expert in Healthy Minds Club.
Thank you.
Tell us, how did you get into helping people build healthier minds and just become more emotionally connected? How does that start?
Everything begins with our childhood. So I used to see my grandmother doing a lot of philanthropy and charity work in small ways to families. And then my mother, being sort of a social worker with the hospital for helping the patients. So it's just been a way of life.
So it's been in your DNA all this time, really,
Probably.
You're born to make people happy, I think. That's what it is.
I'm born to be happy first.
Yeah.
And only then I can spread the happiness. Otherwise, it's just hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I make sure that I keep myself happy no matter what. And no matter what is a very challenging statement because life throws curveballs, which we never anticipate or imagine.
Sure.
And
we've all been there, right?
Yeah,
we've all got ups and down curveballs.
And it gets extremely challenging.
Yeah.
And I have had my moments. I do have my moments. It's not that I just do. I mean, I've been told by people like, oh, you just, keep laughing. Ha, 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 ha. But they don't really know the journey that I've been.
That's true.
And I still choose to be happy.
And talking about laughter, so you help others with laughter yoga.
Oh, yes.
Tell us more about this. So you obviously stay happy yourself and then you do laughter yoga for others. Why is that so important?
I practice laughter yoga for myself as well. Laughter yoga is laughter with a deep belly breathing. And why is that important? Because it inculcates a lot of laughter. When I visited 2.5 years ago for the Laughter Yoga World Conference, the founder, Dr. Madan Kataria, he's a medical doctor, by the way, and he started 30 years ago, the club, with 5 people. And I remember in the conference, he was talking about when he started and he called it Laughter Yoga. Every yoga professional was angry and they said, you can't call it laughter yoga because yoga, you cannot associate laughter with yoga and you cannot associate yoga with laughter. So Dr. Kataria, he said, I invite you, please come to one of my, sessions and, the group. Not even one came to experience that.
No one?
No one. None of them who were, trying to shut him up. So now it's been taken over. This is 30 years ago when everything had to be so serious. Everything had to be a sort of in a form and structure kind of a way. So they couldn't accept it. But now, I mean, every yoga professional talks about laughter yoga, to be very honest.
So you feel life is a bit less serious now?
These days?
Yeah.
It's both ways. I mean, the scale goes, up and down. It's both ways. Like if you watch the news, you can get very, very tensed. And,
I've stopped watching the news. Honestly, I don't watch it anymore.
I never watch the news, but then it still comes in the social media feed,
That's true. That's true.
What every politician is doing and things like that. But then I just scroll over. I don't really go into it. Sometimes it's interesting and I just have a laugh.
It's those moments in time of just, there seems to be a lot of negativity in the news, and there's moments they just predict and they show you the moments that happen. But it's always bad news. It just feels like that.
Yeah, that's supposed to sell, and that's what is the front. So you know what is my target?
What's
Did I tell you?
Yeah, sure.
To have laughter as a front page news in every media. So
amazing ambition.
You open the newspaper, and forget about opening the newspaper. Even the front page, you see the photograph is about some sort of a catastrophe or some war, and the news is.
That's true.
They write it as if it's breathtaking, but it's not really inspiring in any way. Neither is it breathtaking. So I would like to make sure, and laughter is never talked about, written about. The cartoon pages are towards the end, which makes you a little lighter.
So you said you'd
and
like to move towards that.
Yes.
What are you going to do in 26 to make that happen?
That's a good question.
Well, what would you like to do? How would you like to do that?
That's a good question, because till now I have been just, thinking about doing it. I rather would talk to some of the media agencies and let's see what we can come up with.
Why not?
Yes.
Yeah, why not? We should get a group of them together, and maybe they should go through the laughter yoga experience and just experience the laughter.
That would be great.
My grandfather told me, Lily, many, many years ago when I was a kid, he said, if you do not have love and laughter every single day in your life, it's not worth living.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that.
And that's always stuck in my head, always. Since I was a little boy, I was thinking, you have to laugh. And I think I probably did too much laughter at school. That's why academically I didn't do that well.
Really?
Right? But, it is what it is, right? So
count yourself a blessed one.
That's exactly it.
Your name is love anyway. Prem
there
means
you
love.
Go, look.
And Premal means loving. So, either way, you have a loving name.
It's in my DNA. It's in my DNA.
It's in your DNA.
So tell me, you do laughter yoga. What sort of feedback do you get from the people who attend your laughter yoga sessions? What do they say?
Do you know that 10 minutes of laughter yoga is equal to 45 minutes in the gym?
No, I did not know that.
Because you sweat.
What a great piece of insight.
My tagline is, I promise to make you sweat.
Wow. Okay, really? Okay, excellent.
And there can be like where I facilitate at the center from time to time. The room is air conditioned.
Right.
It's cold. But I do see my participants, and even including myself, sweating.
Okay.
Because you are actually engaging your entire body, moving. You're having those deep belly breathing, and you're laughing, you're clapping. So you're actually getting your body alive completely.
Yeah, it's all the movement.
Not just the laughter, but like completely alive, every cell. So you're just, the clapping in laughter yoga, you're basically clapping. And it really...
I would never have linked, the whole, you're sweating because you're laughing. I mean, I get, when you're laughing, you're moving your body.
It's a whole body exercise. So there are different exercises related to everyday actions, everything. And it involves, and it is with laughter.
That sounds amazing, honestly.
Yes.
I'm going to have to try one of your laughter yoga experiences.
Please do, yes. We should get all the experts together.
We should get them all together. We'll do a session like that, absolutely.
And so the feedback, it's always been amazing. I mean, always. Yeah. And I've just had one person. It was a group of ladies. There was one gentleman in that, and he was just looking around, young boy. And he wasn't willing to laugh, and that's fine. That's okay. And then he didn't know. He wanted to somehow get out of the room.
Right. Okay.
So he took his mobile phone and he acted as if he received a call and he went away.
Okay.
So it's the judgment that people have in their heads, that, just like that, laughing is like, it looks so silly. But then my name is Lily and I don't mind being silly.
Doesn't matter. Being silly is a good thing, these days.
And then there was a nursery where I facilitated the children along with the teachers. So the teachers were separate and the children. This is just after the COVID and the nurseries were opening up. So first it was for the teachers because they needed to gear up to come back after more than about 1.5 years. Yeah. And the helper staff was very excited and they were all very, very much in it. But then the teachers, some of them, they didn't want to move and they were just looking and judging. And I said, don't worry, you will get into the groove and you'll start. And they actually started. Yeah. So
for a minute there, when you were saying I get people sweating, I thought because now you're obviously in Dubai, outdoor weather, you're getting sweaty outdoors. Huh? Do you do outdoor sessions as well, or is it all indoors?
No, it can be outdoors as well. So there are many groups that even do outdoor in the park as well. Yeah.
So there's laughter yoga. That's just one of the many capabilities and talents you have to bring people laughing, which is amazing. I love that.
Thank you.
Now, something else you talked to me about, access bars.
Yeah.
Where you're a practitioner of access bars.
No, I'm a facilitator and a
practitioner. So I hadn't heard of access bars until I actually spoken to you. Probably last month or when I was in Dubai. So just tell me or tell us a little bit more about access bars and what does it do and why is that important?
I'm so happy to introduce that to you. So the modality, I would say modality, is called Access Consciousness, the bar, where you're accessing your own consciousness. And why the word bars? Because there are 32 points on the top of our head, and they are structured in a way that it's like bars, like the prison bars.
Right.
We live in the prison of our minds. Literally.
I love that.
We live in the prison of our minds. So these 32 points are related to everything about our life: body, money, health, healing, time and space, communication. All of these points are at the top of our head. And when the facilitator or the practitioner gently touches it, it's like dissipating the negativity and the points of view that we hold so close and so tight, it doesn't let us breathe. The points of view that we create and the judgments that we create are mainly, first, we judge ourselves. We have a lot of points of views about ourselves, like, I'm so silly, how could I do this? And, things like that.
Yeah.
We self-sabotage
you judge yourself,
all the time. We do that. So this dissipates a lot of that. And it helps you to see life in a different perspective. So the best thing you can receive with a session of access bars is you feel you've had a gentle body massage. And the worst is it can change your whole life.
Oh my God. So two real extremes. I mean, if it's a life-changing experience.
It's not worse. I mean, worse as in like, you're not ready to step into that bigger picture. You're not ready because we are continuously telling the story. We keep repeating the story all the time. And we tell this, our body listens, our body has vibration. And we keep on repeating and we keep on saying those same stories all the time. How is it helping us? Does it even let us grow and move forward?
So that connection between body, like mind and body is so key, isn't it? What happens here affects everything, right?
Absolutely, And the thing is, we love our stories. That's another thing.
Yeah, we do.
We love our stories. We are addicted to our stories. So this is something that helps us. Because until and unless you're stuck with your story, you're not letting any room for anything new come in. So this is where you are getting more creative, getting into your... as children, many people, they forget their creativity. So many of my clients, when I'm facilitating a session, I see a lot of energy. And I can see so many of them have been into painting as children. Or they have been dancers. They stopped being adults. They stopped because adulthood makes everybody boring.
But what happens there? Do we know? Like what actually happens? Why do people stop?
Because they grow up
creativity.
And they think that, I'm grown up, now I have to behave a certain way.
You have to behave like an adult. So, is that it?
And I refuse to give up my child, my inner child. And even though I'm a grandmother of an 18-year-old granddaughter, but I'm still as crazy as ever and as silly and, childlike.
It's so important, isn't it? Like,
It
the
is.
first thing, you don't even look like a grandmother, so that's the first thing. That's
Thank you.
right.
I take that as a compliment.
Especially of an 18-year-old, that's another thing. But I think you're so right. People forget just having fun in life, right?
Yeah.
And why go through life without having fun?
Absolutely. And are we born for all the seriousness that the news gives us?
I don't know. I think, I come across a lot of people, and probably there's a few I think I'm going to sort of try and refer back to you, because there's so many people who are so stuck in their way of thinking.
Yeah.
It's like they're going around with blinkers on, like the horses go around with the blinkers. They don't see anything outside of that view.
And that is also a choice. We can't force we can't force anyone to change unless and until they don't make a choice. You don't force anyone. My children don't believe in access consciousness, the bar is what I do.
Okay.
But that's okay. That's a choice.
Fair enough.
It doesn't mean they are wrong and I'm right and I'm great and they're not, It's absolutely fine.
Why the 32 points? What are where did that come from?
It stemmed from meditation that the founder, Gary Douglas, was doing. And it was like channeling that came through. This was founded in 1990. And there are 2 points in the frontal lobe of our brain, which is called the happiness and the sadness points. In 1990, this was discovered. Science had not even come up with anything like this. Much later, 6 years later, in 1996, science came up with saying that there are 2 frontal lobe. In the frontal lobe of your brain, you have the happiness, the flashes that you get, and the points for sadness. So this is something even science had not yet discovered. So it's very, very advanced.
But it's also very recent. I mean, 1990, 30 years,
35 years, yeah.
Amazing. So to me, it feels like you have this whole specialist area, because there's probably not many people out there who are facilitators and practitioners of the access bars.
There are quite a few.
Yeah.
There are quite a few.
So, I'm going to encourage everybody on this podcast, get onto healthyminds.com or healthymindsclub.ae, find Lily, find out more about what she does, because this is amazing. This is like something different,
Thank you.
I want to spin the conversation a little bit differently now on, we keep hearing about the whole world, or the world and the global sort of movement on well-being. And it seems to be a real trend and a growth that well-being is becoming this huge focus areas for many big brands, many big companies. I was speaking to a big automotive global brand, a couple of months ago. Their head of HR, global head of HR, said the number one focus for the company is employee well-being.
That's great.
What's your view? What's happening? Why is well-being suddenly become so important?
How many people consider their job their life?
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah.
Probably
because
everyone who works.
Yeah, exactly. They forget that there is a life for themselves and that job is everything. So they would sacrifice their weekends even and go to work. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. But what I'm saying is the choice that they have made to make their job a major priority, forget about their own well-being and happiness. And then there's a burnout and, so many things. I mean, it affects the family, it affects the household, their own health, everything. So definitely this is a good move,
But it's not a new thing, is it, Lily? It's because even, I'll go back to my grandfather. He worked in a bank for 45 years.
Yeah.
He worked long hours. He was like, tirelessly trying to provide for the family.
Yeah. Those
I
days
never heard him talk about his well-being or, that he needs to improve his well-being or do something about it in those days.
The world wasn't so fast those days.
Okay, yeah, true. Maybe. You're right. Could be.
Everyone's rushing.
World's
Everyone's
spinning around
running.
faster
Oh
now.
my God, yes. Everyone's rushing. Everyone's running. No one's relaxed, really,
But how come now people are less relaxed? Is that because of we consume so much information and insight, through social media or whatever? Is it just that we've got so much going on in that world and we feel we're missing out on something? What is it? Like, what's your opinion? Expectations. Elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean by that?
There's a lot of expectations from a relationship, let's say, from your partner, from your children. Children want from their parents, from, spouses, everything. I mean, there's a lot of expectation. In that, there's a lot of sadness as well, because the other person doesn't meet with your expectation. And you've made that person your whole life, or you've made your children your whole life, you made your parents your whole life, which is not a bad thing. But then the expectation arises that, oh, I consider you to be my world, but you're not living up to my expectation. It's not said so openly, but then that's what the message is behind that. Yeah.
Wow. That's really insightful. Yeah, 100%, because you're so right. Even those expectations grow, over time. Suddenly the pressure pot starts building, right?
Yeah.
And then your expectations at work is growing. And so, under the surface, it's like there's a lot of the water's boiling under the, you open the pan, suddenly it spills out.
Yeah,
hot water's coming out there, right?
And the thing is, people are not addressing the situation in that moment in time. So everything is put under the carpet and it's all hidden. And then suddenly, when you want to clean the carpet, suddenly everything just, comes out. So that's again unhealthy as well. So deal with the situation, head on, bang on, talk about it and forget about it. That's the best way to stay happy.
But it sounds so easy, doesn't it? But a lot of, I know a lot of my own sort of like male peers and network. A lot of the males are not very good at talking about things and dealing with some of those emotions and feelings, because they always feel they have to be seen as the strong person, the one with broad shoulders, carry everything, don't talk about your problems.
Yeah.
And that seems to be causing a lot of challenges right now.
Yeah, that's something that society teaches us, that if you're a man, you're not supposed to cry and you're supposed to be strong. But hey, everyone has feelings and it's fine. You don't have to be strong all the time. You can be vulnerable. And vulnerability is a strength. Brené Brown always talks about it, in fact,
Of course.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like an open wound. Would you not be aware of that open wound? Would you let anything touch it? So it's about vulnerability, but then the awareness that creeps in, So
especially nowadays, being vulnerable as a leader of an organization or a company or your startup or whatever, it makes you more authentic.
True.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because you're out there and you're seeking help and support, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, and your staff reaches out to you. It's like, you're breaking that ice, you're breaking the barrier.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
So what's on your agenda this year for helping create better, healthier minds and putting your story or your sort of capability and expertise into the marketplace? What's happening for you this year?
The very first thing is my health. I'm on a journey of rejuvenating once again. I don't know if I spoke about it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So that's the first. This is the first time that I'm actually looking at my health in a very different way. So I've always been eating healthy, living healthy. I was given a death sentence in October of 2023 that I don't even have 6 months to live. Yeah. And I'm here now. It's January 2026.
You're here fighting fit.
No, I'm not a fighter. Yeah. I'm a warrior.
You're a warrior.
I don't fight. There's nothing to fight. There's no one to fight. You got to conquer that. So that's the first thing. And the way I look at health now is everything. Even the emotions, gratitude aspect, the choices that I make. And even if in the choices that I have made, the emotions that are involved. In every step, in every moment that I've been after this journey of the treatment with stage 4+ cancer, I am now more aware, more authentic, more, you can say, even silent.
Okay.
In a way that I listen to my body more. Nothing that I've been avoiding, but then this is more in depth and gives more of an insight, sort of.
Yeah, your story is 100% inspiring, Lily. When I heard, when you told me about your story,
thank you.
I was thinking, some of the problems I think about are just insignificant. Some of the little things that go on in my world. Sometimes I'm thinking, you know what, Lily's been through, some an experience and really bounced out of it. You've bounced forward. You've literally thinking about, okay, life's not going to take me, and I'm going to own life, and I'm going to move with that.
Yeah. And again, that's a choice that we make. So talking about choice, every moment we have choice. Even at that time, I had a choice to buy into whatever was told that I don't even have 6 months, or choose to go above it and choose to live.
And that's where your mental state and your mindset is the shift, right? Really, that's where it starts, doesn't it?
And no mountain is greater than my choices.
Yeah. So if you had one message, Lily, for the audience that you think for 2026, because everyone keeps saying this is a big year, there's so much happening in 2026. What's your message to the audience?
Laugh at everything. Don't take anything serious. Seriousness is a serious disease. It's easy to say, but then that's a muscle that we develop, basically. It's not something that will happen overnight. But then if you look at things on a lighter side and not take it so seriously, it won't affect your own health, your own body. You'll be much at peace, because what we do is we put in a lot of strain over here. And then that carries down, and it doesn't really help us in any way possible.
It doesn't.
So,
it doesn't.
Yeah.
Clear mind, have clarity of thoughts.
Absolutely.
And just have fun with life, right?
And get your bars run. Come to me. I've got magic fingers.
That's it. If you want to get in touch with Lily, then definitely get in touch with her on healthymindsclub.ae. You're on the website. Your bio's there.
Thank you.
Let's get a few people connected with you. And have some fun. And I'd love to experience the Access Bars session at some point. So, I'm going to have some fun with, in fact, all the experts, and go and find out all these different treatments and new sort of things that I hadn't even come across, you've taught me something new on Access Bars. Laughter yoga as well. I was probably one of those guys, at one point many years ago when I was in this corporate world thinking, what is this laughter yoga? Is it just fun? Is it just, who's going to learn anything from this? But I really now think there's something there, that you can learn from about yourself. And imagine that community of people that are happy together. Amazing, right?
There are so many case studies on laughter yoga, and there are more than 5,000 clubs around the world.
I didn't even realize there was a global conference or
every year. Yeah. Every year. There was one last year in Antalya, Turkey.
Okay.
I mean, it's in Malaysia, so it's every year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Lily, thank you so much for joining us on the Wellbeing Majlis podcast. I love this conversation. I think we could probably end up talking for hours on end. We'll maybe have another session and go into a few areas at a deeper level. But on that note, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.